The Virgin Mary is crying, urgent message for all of humanity. Welcome back to our channel, The Light of Heaven, where we share powerful messages that can guide us through the most trying times. We hope this message finds you well, filled with Christ's peace and love. As you watch this video, we encourage you to stay with us until the end, as the words we're about to share are more urgent than ever. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a moment of hope, wisdom, and inspiration. The Virgin Mary has spoken once more, this time with an urgency and sorrow that we cannot ignore. Her message comes at a time when the world is in great turmoil, plagued by war, disease, natural disasters, and a growing sense of spiritual emptiness. But this is no ordinary message. It is a divine call to action. It is a plea for humanity to prepare, not just physically but spiritually, so that we can withstand the storms that are coming our way. In a small, quiet church in the heart of Mexico, a group of devout souls gathered for their evening prayers. The air was still, the flickering candlelight casting gentle shadows on the walls. The peacefulness of the moment was soon shattered by an overwhelming, otherworldly light that suddenly emanated from the altar. The light grew brighter, filling the entire chapel with a heavenly glow. At the center of this radiant presence stood the Virgin Mary, her face filled with sorrow yet brimming with divine compassion. Those in the church stood frozen in awe, as her presence was nothing short of miraculous. The Virgin Mary's eyes were full of grief. As she hovered above the altar, she spoke directly to the souls of all present. Her voice was soft yet commanding, laden with deep sorrow, but also a profound sense of urgency. The message she delivered was one that shook the very foundation of their faith, and of ours. She warned of unprecedented wars, devastating plagues, catastrophic natural disasters, and a wave of spiritual crises that would soon engulf the world. These trials were not sent as mere punishments, but as a purification, a cleansing of the earth and of humanity's souls. Her message was clear. We are entering a period of trial, one that will challenge every person's faith and unity. Yet, in the face of this adversity, the Virgin Mary's words were not ones of despair. Rather, they were a call to action, a call for all of us to prepare spiritually and mentally for what is to come. She implored us to reflect on our lives, turn away from sin, and embrace a life of prayer, virtue, and deep devotion to God. In times of crisis, it is the strength of our faith and our unity that will carry us through. At the heart of the Virgin Mary's message is the power of prayer, especially the Holy Rosary. She urged the faithful to recite this powerful prayer often, for it would serve as a spiritual shield against the darkness that is set to descend upon the world. In times of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, the Rosary would be a lifeline, a weapon of divine protection that could shield us from the evil forces attempting to overtake the earth. The Virgin Mary, in her infinite love, reminded us that in the midst of great suffering, there is always hope. The Rosary, she explained, is not just a prayer, but a sacred bond, a lifeline that connects us to the protection of heaven. It would give us the courage to face the most difficult trials, strengthen our souls, and allow us to stand firm in our faith. But prayer alone is not enough, the Virgin Mary stressed. Along with deepening our spiritual practices, we must also live lives of virtue and charity. In this era of division and unrest, she calls on us to cultivate love, humility, and unity in our hearts. It is through these virtues that we will be able to endure, as they reflect the love that Christ has shown to us all. This is a time to reach out to those in need, to be the hands and feet of Christ in a broken world. Moreover, Mary highlighted the importance of preparing our homes, our communities, and ourselves for what lies ahead. This includes not only fortifying our spiritual lives, but also taking practical steps to safeguard our well-being in times of upheaval. Being prepared in both ways, physically and spiritually, is essential, as we must face the future with resolve, trust in God, and a strong sense of unity. In the days to come, we will witness spiritual challenges that will test us in ways we cannot yet imagine. Yet, the Virgin Mary assures us that as long as we remain faithful, we are never alone. The power of prayer, the strength of our virtues, and the protection of sacramentals like the Rosary will carry us through. It is a time to come together in solidarity, supporting one another with love, compassion, and unity. The Virgin Mary's message is one of hope, but also of warning. It is a call for the world to awaken from its spiritual slumber, to turn back to God, and to unite in faith. Her tears are a reflection of her deep love for all of humanity, and her message is a lifeline in the face of the approaching storm. If we heed her call, If we prepare spiritually and physically, pray fervently, and live with love and unity, we will be ready to face the challenges ahead with courage and unwavering faith. We encourage you to share this message with others, for it is one that must be heard by all. As we come together in prayer and in action, we can weather the storm and emerge stronger in our faith. Let us answer the Virgin Mary's call with open hearts, committed to preparing ourselves spiritually for the trials to come. Thank you for joining us in this sacred journey. What are your thoughts on the message of the Virgin Mary? Please leave your comments below, and remember to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to stay informed on future videos. May God bless you, and may the light of the Virgin Mary guide and protect you always. The Virgin Mary has consistently emphasized the importance of sacramentals, holy objects like medals, scapulars, and other blessed items, as essential tools for spiritual protection and strength. These sacred objects are not just symbolic, they are tangible manifestations of our faith that shield us from evil and provide heavenly protection, especially in times of danger. Mary has urged the faithful to surround themselves and their families with these holy items, as doing so creates a spiritual fortress within their homes. By living lives of constant prayer and devotion, we can build a barrier against the challenges of this world and invite divine protection into our lives. In addition to the spiritual significance of sacramentals, Mary's message has been filled with practical advice, particularly in light of impending hardships. One of the most striking prophecies she has shared is the coming of a time of global darkness, a worldwide blackout that will engulf the earth in an unprecedented period of gloom. During this time, Mary has warned the faithful to stay inside their homes, as the darkness will be filled with demonic forces that will seek to lead souls astray. This time of darkness, she explained, would serve as a final opportunity for humanity to cleanse itself through repentance and draw closer to God. Mary has urged believers to prepare for these dark days by stocking up on essentials such as food, water, and candles. While these practical preparations are important, she has emphasized that the most crucial form of preparation is spiritual. The faithful must strive to remain in a state of grace, constantly seeking to strengthen their relationship with God through prayer, reflection, and a commitment to holiness. During the 3 days of darkness, only blessed candles should be used, and families should unite in prayer, asking for God's protection and mercy. Despite the dire nature of her warning, Mary also offers words of hope and consolation. She reassures the faithful that they will not be abandoned during these dark days. Even in the most trying times, Mary promises to be with her children, guiding and protecting them with her maternal love. Her message is one of deep comfort. In the midst of fear and uncertainty, believers can take solace in the knowledge that God's love is unwavering, and Mary's intercession is a powerful source of peace. In this time of impending tribulation, Mary calls upon the faithful to resist fear. She reminds them that God is stronger than any evil force, and that by putting their trust in Him, they can overcome any challenge. She urges them to pray together, support one another, and maintain a firm grip on their faith. Unity and solidarity are vital in these difficult moments, and Mary's message calls for believers to come together in prayer, offering both spiritual and material support to one another. Mary's call to prepare spiritually, to pray without ceasing, and to strengthen the bonds of community is more than just a warning. It is an invitation to deepen our faith and trust in God's protection. As we face the uncertainty of the future, let us take to heart the Virgin Mary's counsel, to equip ourselves with sacramentals, to pray earnestly, and to remain united in love and faith, knowing that we are never alone. Even in the darkest times, the Virgin Mary's final call, a message of unity, faith, and preparation. Welcome to the Light of Heaven channel, where we share the divine wisdom and urgent messages that guide us in these turbulent times. We are so grateful to have you with us today. As you watch this video, please stay with us until the end. The message we're about to share is vital for all believers, especially as we prepare for the challenging times ahead. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Together, we will embark on this spiritual journey. In a world that is increasingly torn by division, uncertainty, and suffering, the Virgin Mary has delivered a powerful and timely message to her children. It is a message that calls us to stand united, to prepare both spiritually and physically, and to trust in God's protection as we face the coming tribulations. With a heart full of compassion and urgency, Mary has spoken of the need for the faithful to come together in solidarity, offering help to one another and pooling resources to weather the storms that are fast approaching. Mary's message emphasizes that unity in faith and love is our greatest strength. As the world faces overwhelming challenges, wars, plagues, natural disasters, and spiritual battles, it is clear that our survival and spiritual well-being depend on our ability to act as one cohesive body of believers. By joining together, we can support one another and remain strong in our faith. As Mary wisely points out, our collective power is rooted in love and faith. At the close of her apparition, Mary gives one last command, an urgent call to action. She urges her children to take immediate steps to prepare, both spiritually and physically, for the trials ahead. The faithful must prioritize their spiritual lives, staying in a state of grace and deepening their connection with God. The daily practice of prayer, frequent confession, and devotion to the sacraments are essential in fortifying our souls. But Mary does not stop there. She also encourages believers to prepare their homes, physically by gathering essential supplies, and spiritually by creating spaces of prayer, peace, and devotion. The preparation she speaks of is not just a matter of convenience, it is a matter of life and soul. Mary stresses that this is not a time for complacency, but one of serious reflection and action. We must be ready to face the coming days with unwavering faith and trust in God's plan. To aid in this preparation, the Virgin Mary encourages her followers to turn to a resource that will guide them through these troubled times, a digital book of powerful prayers. This book, filled with prayers for protection, salvation, and spiritual direction, serves as a valuable tool for those seeking God's grace and guidance in the coming trials. By using these prayers daily, believers can strengthen their spiritual defenses and draw closer to the divine. Mary reassures the faithful that those who remain obedient, pray fervently, and live out their faith in action will find refuge in God's grace. Her love and protection will be with them every step of the way, offering consolation, courage, and guidance. Even in the darkest moments, the Virgin Mary will stand by her children, providing the strength and comfort they need. As part of this final message, Mary calls for a collective prayer for the protection of families, homes, and communities. She reminds us that despite the looming uncertainty and fear, we are never alone. With prayer, faith, and unity, we can face the future. With confidence, knowing that God's love and the protection of the Virgin Mary and Saint Michael will keep us safe. In summary, Mary's message is a powerful reminder that, even in the face of unimaginable hardship, there is hope. By preparing ourselves spiritually, uniting in faith, and trusting in God's plan, we can face whatever comes our way with the assurance that we are supported by divine love. The faithful must remain vigilant, continually pray, and place their trust in the strength of their faith. Together, united in love and prayer, we will persevere. Thank you for joining us in this urgent message from the Virgin Mary. Your presence and participation in this journey is deeply appreciated. As we prepare for the challenges that lie ahead, may our shared faith and prayers provide strength and comfort. Stay vigilant, stay faithful, and always remember that you are never alone. May the Virgin Mary's love and protection surround you and your family, today and always. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for more updates. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly.